Dude, we when did we last meet? We met
A year
maybe
ago.
a year ago.
Yeah.
So tell me, big change. What how's been how was the journey so far changed from a year ago till now?
Well, I went on a bulking phase in around September to December, and then I kind of remembered how we did a what's it called? We did the 6 week transformation, which I did last year.
Yeah.
So I stuck to that same diet, but instead of 6 weeks, I did it for 4 months.
Oh wow.
So so yeah, I tried it again,
That's
basically.
awesome. So
Yeah,
you stuck to you went through bulking and then you cut down a little bit.
I did.
What were some of your results from that time?
I did post a couple of pictures. I think the first one was pretty blurry because I just took a shower. I
Yeah.
was like kind of pretty husky, but then after that, when I took the picture at the start of April, like my body fat percentage was like really down. Um, I saw some definition, so I'm like, all right, this is actually great.
What was the body fat percentage? What did you lose?
So I got from I think around 18.5%. Now I'm like down to like 14.5%.
Holy smokes, 4%, almost a 4% drop in body fat.
Yeah.
Did you end up maintaining a lot? What about the strength? How was the strength while you were cutting for that long? Because I
Yeah.
find like when client, yeah, when people go through a little bit of a deficit for that long, sometimes it affects their lifting.
Like it marginally went a little bit down, but not as much. I was still able to like uh, lift pretty decently.
That's fantastic. So you maintained it, or do you feel like you got stronger?
Maintained, I'd say. I think it's a
Okay.
little bit tough to like gain a little bit of strength while I'm losing weight. So I tried my hardest to kind of like maintain it as much as I could when I was bulking, and
Yeah.
uh, not much of a difference. I think I went down like 5 pounds for what I was doing when I was bulking, so I think that's pretty decent.
Oh, that's phenomenal. So what were you doing were you mostly classes or are you doing some PTs as well?
So I did a mix of classes. I think I did a lot more of the fight fitness. I'm sorry, the fit
The fit
trainings.
classes? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did a little bit more of those. Uh, I also paired that with like weightlifting, and I'm also like a volleyball player, so
Yeah.
I got a lot
Yeah.
out of that as well.
Oh wow, dude. So your focus became less on the more the less cardio, but more on strength and conditioning with the fit classes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and you're still able to maintain strength. Um, Body composition. I know you said you lost about 4% body fat. How has that affected? Have you noticed like visibly changes? Like, where have you seen the biggest changes?
Yeah, so I lost a lot in like my waist area, so that kind
Yeah,
of definitely slimmed down. And then again, I saw like a little bit more definition in like uh, some of the muscles that I have.
it's amazing. So, so it's funny. Your story started like, I mean, you kind of went from when you first started the 6 week. I'm assuming the goal was weight loss.
It was.
So you lost the weight, then you gained a little bit. You did a little bit of a bulking. Now you've cut back down even further. What is the goal now moving forward?
Yeah, so the goal now is I think I'm going to continue trying to cut a little bit of the extra percentage of fat
Hmm.
because I actually want to get down even more to 12% because I'm at like 14.5 around that.
Yeah.
In the next remaining couple of months in the summer, I'm going to see if I can aim to get down to 12 before like starting up another bulk again in September.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So going through the summer, yeah, go through the summer, get as lean as possible, and then just do another bulk. That's awesome. What's the game
Yeah.
plan in terms of nutrition?
So like in terms of like how much macros I'm trying to get or just like in general diet.
Yeah, general. Let's say general. Just keep it general.
Yeah, so in general, I kind of want to like keep the protein up, keep the fiber up. That was a huge thing that I was not doing before I started, um,
Yeah.
before I joined Fight Fitness. So keep
Yeah.
the protein, keep the fiber up, keep like the sugar and like the hidden calories and uh, fats kind of on a minimum.
Yeah.
So I think just like in general, just like a very uh, like a change in lifestyle and especially with food. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Now looking back as when you started, do you feel like do you feel like you've grown so much more? Like, 'cause it sounds like like the knowledge you have is so much like much more robust.
Yeah, like when I first started more than a year ago, I'd say I didn't know as much about how much I really should be eating or how important protein and
Hmm.
fiber was. I was just lifting and then just eating whatever until I realized that
Yeah,
okay, this is not enough. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something has to change, or some guidance is something that I really needed. So uh, yeah, I'd say that the knowledge that I got from Fight Fitness was like pretty valuable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you've lost the weight, gained some muscle, and gained even more knowledge kind of moving forward, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
long term, it looks like you have a game plan, summer, cut down even further, and then go into another bulk, which is awesome. And I think that's the key
Mm.
with this. Like we always preach lifestyle, change the lifestyle.
Mhm.
And it sounds like you've really embodied this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Um, any coaches you want to like talk about that like helped you along the way or supported you?
Yeah. So the coach that I worked with the most is Chris. He hosts the classes that I go to when I'm most available, especially like the
Yeah,
fit classes. And I've told him like my goals on trying to have a higher vertical because again, I'm a volleyball player.
yeah,
So I found like quite a decent amount of the exercises that we do in those fit classes definitely helped out with my vertical, and it's helping out a lot with my volleyball games. So
there you go.
I'll I'll,
Yeah,
I'll give you an example. My standing vertical before was probably around 27 inches, and then
that's
last
good.
time I measured, what it got to almost 30 inches. So
3 inch pop and vertical. How old do you know by the time?
well, I turned 27 today, so
Oh, happy
yeah,
birthday.
like thank you, yeah. But
That's
yeah, I'm
phenomenal.
27.
3 inch vertical jump in the span of a year.
Yeah.
That is great. So not only the body composition, but performance has improved as well.
Mhm.
Anything else that was like maybe non-measurable improvements that you've noticed?
Um, I mean, like I'd say my endurance got a lot better. So
Hmm.
there's a job that I work on, which requires like a lot of physical labor, and that like I'm not like out of breath. I'm pretty easy to like uh, do the job without getting um, burnt out physically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
feel like I'm a little bit more energized.
yeah,
So yeah, it definitely
yeah.
helps.
Justin, that's awesome. Congratulations, man. I think I always like having these like over time and it's kind of having these conversations from the first time I had it with you from now, like how much has changed, not only in terms of like, yeah, we can talk about your improvements in body composition and body fat, but like seeing your mindset shift from not just looking at the number on the scale, but also performance improvements like your vert, energy levels, and those types of things.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Just
definitely.
any last
And
words, anything else you want to make in terms of comments for the team or anything?
yeah, I mean, like definitely has changed my lifestyle a lot for the better, especially. Really appreciate that. I thought everything was really great, great community, great knowledge, like filling up the knowledge gaps that I have. So I thought you guys are doing like really great.
Yeah. Awesome. Justin, appreciate it. I appreciate your time as always doing this interview and sharing your journey and your continued journey. And looking forward to hearing more improvements in the next year or two.